So, hello and welcome everyone. This is game one of a best of one. It is submitted by a lovely viewer of my Twitch channel who is massively awesome. For anyone watching on YouTube, I'm not going to give away who submitted it until the end because it's probably going to be, well, it may be their win. We never know, so you don't want to spoil it yet. But these both are in Masters League, I do believe. So, it should be a good quality game. Basically, if you're not watching this on my Twitch but on my YouTube, all of these games are just cast as subscriber games or viewer games, whatever you want to call them. Just as a bit of fun, a bit of a change from the norm. They will all go over to my YouTube though, as you know, because you may be watching it from there. And it's just to give people a bit of exposure, have a bit of fun, and have a day off doing all procasts. So, let me introduce them. Up in the top right position, from Love Your Girlfriend. That's the clan tag. It generally stands for Love Your Girlfriend. It is Lucoda. Oh god, my keyboard's messing up still. I can't do the funny twirly thing. It doesn't like it. And his opponent, down in the bottom right. It is, well, it is the Red Terran from Sargus. It is Ejin. And see, look, Love Your Girlfriend. Semi-pro team. It's a cool team name. I like that team name. It's really good. Anyway, if you are watching on my YouTube, of course, like the video, leave a cool comment, subscribe, blah-de-da-de-da, you know the drill. If you're on my Twitch channel, make sure that you follow my Twitch channel because there's nothing stalkerish about following me on Twitch. If you stand outside my house and basically live in the bushes out there, that is stalkerish, and I don't want you following me in that way. But you can follow me on Twitch, and that'd be awesome, and I'd really like it. Maybe cool. Lots of StarCraft and League of Legends and Infinite Crisis and Dota 2 and pretty much any game that on a whim I decide to play will be appearing. So, hatch first, coming down here from Lucoda. Lucoda, I think I'm saying that right. I hope I am. So yeah, Lucoda, hatch first against Terran. Really, really normal. Like the main normal thing actually. CC first. Up against Zerg, it's safe, especially as you get a part of the wall up. You can't get rushed by Lings. It's Frost as well, so any spawn positions are possible. And as we see, Lucoda is coming over here and is going to scout in the top left. And yeah, just not going to no-show away. Second Overlord coming the right way, though, in the vertical spawn positions. Talking a little bit about that, well, this sort of area is going to play in as I zoom out hugely. This run distance is quite important because that's a very quick attack path round. You've also got the second attack path coming through here, all around the side, bit further, but two good attack paths to make a bit of fun. Unlikely to get a push through this up at the top in. Possible, but it'd just be a little bit far, and it'd be a bit awkward to get over there. So Lucoda is, well, just going pretty standard. 6 Lings coming out. A couple more Lings than you do sometimes see, so probably just keeping an eye out for what pressure's coming. But with the scout now, should feel a bit more safe. Knows the command center there, but the Lings coming out don't matter anyway. You can just come down, maybe try and deny the bunker, because remember the Marine count is currently at 0. First one only just popping at the moment. Factory up behind it though. This gas was purely for the factory, no Reaper, because it was a CC first. And yeah, Overlord taking a little bit of fire. Will get pushed back, but has already seen all the important stuff. Knows about that. Command center, knows about the gas, so knows there's going to be a factory though. It's pretty self-explanatory. Zerglings running their way forward. Just going to do a little bit of peeking around, a little bit of prodding, seeing what's going on. Meanwhile though, just droning is what you do as a Zerg. Like early game ZV anything, except maybe ZvT, or if things go crazy, it's just hatchery, lava, drone. Drone. Hatchery, lava, drone, overlord, drone, overlord, drone, overlord, drone. Couple of Zerglings, drone. And that's how you win the game. Or at least that's what Protoss players will tell you, herpy-derp. So, currently, Zerglings are just getting a couple of SCV kills. Getting SCV kills with Zerglings, even though it's 2 SCV kills early game with Zerglings against Terran. Massive win. Really, you can't go wrong with that. It's kind of like, well, I killed some stuff with Zerglings that really should have done nothing. Obviously, something is better than nothing by an indefinably large amount. And seriously, any maths geniuses who are watching this on YouTube or in Twitch, in the Twitch chat, is it... So, My mic totally did not just unplug. But it's fine. I don't think anything bad happened there. It literally just fell out of the plug it was meant to be in. I clearly need to fix it. I'm having all the technical issues today. But that's why there was a couple of moments of silence. But yeah, before that unplugged, any maths genii who are in the Twitch chat or in YouTube, is it indefinably or is it infinitely different between doing nothing and doing something? Like killing no workers or killing one worker. Is that indefinably larger or infinitely larger as a percentage? I don't know. How would you describe it? It got you infinitely closer to doing some damage or something like that. But yeah, anyway. Currently, we do see a couple of Hellions just poking around, being like, we're Hellions, we're going to be irritating, because that's how Hellions roll. Did you know? I knew. It's always good. Double Evo Chamber. Interesting placement of this. Does this actually form a wall off? I don't think it does. I don't think it forms a wall off around there. So that's quite interesting. Usually it does get walled off, but a couple of drones getting killed there, so that takes the workers' kill count slightly in favour still of Lucoda. And yeah, he's just going to be up against just a standard little bit of Hellion pressure. 8 of them, though, are actually still down on the field, so that's a bit more than normal. We usually see about 6. But yeah, big commitment to Hellions. Really big commitment to Hellions, actually. Going up to 10, okay. That's interesting. Generally, you see this many Hellions if your opponent's meching. Otherwise, this is a big commitment to Hellions. A really big commitment to Hellions getting 10 out. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work, where he's going to get the damage done, because there's queens and stuff around here. It's probably going to be just like a YOLO Hellion push, where the Hellions literally just going to like kill stuff, kill all the drones, and hope for the best. Skank does go down, sees the macro hatchery there. The Zergling's coming around, but the Skank runs with the high ground, but the Slings are not going to fare well against that many Hellions. There should be a couple of more coming down. Of course, Hellions get high ground vision. Will roast a couple there. Lucoda is down to 57 drones, having lost 5 in total this game. That's not terrible yet. The Queen even taking quite a big chunk of damage, losing to 10 Hellions. There's only 8 over there because 2 more are sitting back over the natural base for some reason, haven't come over to join the fun, to join the party, and to do a little bit of damage. But yeah, this is still all looking fairly good, and everything is really pretty normal, to be fair. The Zerg player getting... sorry, the Terran player still up in supply, though, which isn't ideal. And really, that's not what you want. As a Zerg, you want to try and get a bit more supply, but that's because a lot of the difference is in the army supply. Big push is on its way over. The medevacs, one with the army at the moment. There should be another one coming through, but the Zerglings do actually close down the distance on these Hellions, picking off a good number of them. Lings against that's nice. The macro hatchery is there. Spine Crawler as well is coming down. Scan, the third base wants to get taken out. There's also the macro hatchery there, which require a bit more time. But Lucoda does need to get out some units pretty damn quick. It's the Banelings that are required, but ooh, the Banelings are spotted. Widow Mines are trying to get into position, but one drone being sacrificed for the cause. One Widow Mine unable to burrow in time. A couple of things were trying to detonate that, but got to be careful. You don't really want that going off, but the Widow Mines will not detonate and deal too much damage. The Banelings rolling forward, we get some nice connections. The Speedlings come in and should be able to clean this push up fairly nicely. Now, there may be a couple of units still alive, but hopefully not enough to be terrifying. The Queens are going to try and pick off one of these medevacs, but just dropping the Hellion, so there's only one in there for the moment. Speedlings also making their way over, trying to deal with this drop. There isn't a huge number of units, but it's enough to be a little bit frustrating. Drones have been pulled away. Behind this, a third CC is getting started for Ejin, and he's also getting out just upgrades. He's got +1 attack already done, +1 armor. 1-1 is done for Lucoda, who's screaming with Lings to try and clean up this drop, as well as getting +2 started. So still upgrading throughout this hecticity, and that's good. If you are still doing your normal macro stuff, it's always going to be a good move. We do see that Ejin is busy rallying, well, Marines over across the map. They're coming back now. They're realizing, hang on, the push is over. My moment of glory is not now. Today was not a good day to die, in honesty. And it really isn't. It's a bad day to die today. Every day's a bad day to die, in my opinion. I just took some tea. And it was so good. Seriously, God, I love tea. YouTube is starting to realize this, because when I do long streaming sessions, where I'm streaming and talking lots and I don't take like breaks between every game, you'll notice me drink tea lots and quite often, where, especially in longer games, my voice will start to go. So, Barrett coming down all the way around here. Third CC should come and float down. There we go, on its way. Interesting to whether it becomes a planetary fortress or whether it becomes, of course, a orbital command. I don't think Ejin saw any of this, so he doesn't know this is coming. Overseer's there, of course, ready to deal with Widow Mines. But the Widow Mines trundling, scuttling, scurrying. I don't know. I personally think the Widow Mines scuttle like crabs. Just what I'm thinking. Anyway, so Marines are trying to get in a good position, but unfortunately there is a damn lot of Banelings here, and they're going to go rolling. They see him rolling, they be hating, but good focus fire by Ejin. He really was hating on those Banelings there, and that means this push isn't really going to be able to do much unless more Banelings come into the mix, and there are a couple more. That's actually quite a lot more, 10 more sitting there. A couple of things going to go for a run by towards the natural. The supply depots are down. Oh. That means SCVs are going to go down too. Workers killed 10 to 12. Actually now 11 to 12, so very, very equal. Banelings running in though, and oh, nicely done. Good pickup though. Saves a lot of those Marines. Nicely controlled. Everything going quite good here. Meanwhile, Lair Spire coming down for Lucoda. His Spire is about to finish up, and that's where he can start going into those Mutalisks. Notice he's got 1,000 gas bank ready for that. Probably going to start +1 attack as well. I'd argue that if you've got that much gas sitting around, it's beneficial to get an upgrade as well as getting the Mutalisks out. It's just solid. The Banelings are rolling back, still got more units, and there we go, upgrade coming down. Lucoda agrees with me in the upgrade sense, and the reason that's good is because if you were just getting out, say, like one Mutalisk, or like you only had enough money for a couple, then that would be a bit of a waste. But a supply block as well, definitely worthwhile doing that. But in come the Banelings, some good detonations will go down. Nice rounds of Widow Mine count, just not existent, and the Zerglings are going to come and do some aggressive play with the Banelings as well. The SCVs, oh, the SCVs, these could be some big hits, everybody, and that's where we start seeing a lot of SCVs get taken down. 23 workers killed. This orbital command's health is dropping incredibly quickly. Is on fire, not dead yet, but generally if you're on fire, unless someone comes to your rescue, you're going to die. And there's no difference between that yourself and an orbital command in that sense, except the orbital command can be on fire a little bit longer than you can before it dies. SCVs need to come and repair this, slowly trickling down health. If this dies with that much health, it'd be very bad. 15 meters are on their way though. A drop has done some nice counter damage. Actually, no, it hasn't killed any workers. It was a good pickup. Of course, with the Mutalisk there, the medevac does get taken out. The orbital command is now going to get repaired up. Thank goodness for that. I panicked for a moment. I kept it selected just in case. But Mutalisks revealed. No missile turrets yet though. That's quite interesting. Missile turrets not being made. This natural base is so exposed. The Mutalisks. Oh, the Mutalisks. Please, Mutalisks. Why didn't you just go into the natural base? Look at all these juicy SCVs. They're not really juicy. SCVs are more crunchy, I reckon. It's important to... I don't know why I find it so important to try and work out what different units in the game would have a texture of if you ate them, but it's one of those things. Speedlings, of course, don't trigger Widow Mines. A Widow Mine will only trigger Speedlings if they change direction within their detonation radius, because otherwise they're too fast to trigger them. Cool fact. Meanwhile, Mutalisks have just faced the wrath of a Widow Mine. That's bad times. The Overseers are non-existent. So that'd be a method of improvement for Lucoda. Just make sure you always keep some Overseers with your army. Always get numerized carapace when you are a Zerg now, because that means Overseers are pretty much as fast as Mutalisks, and you can go Widow Mine hunting. And when it comes to Widow Mines, it is always hunting season. So, lots of Banelings, lots of Zerglings. Don't be careful though, because a couple of Widow Mine hits will go. Big Widow Mine hit there. God, I hate Widow Mines when I play Zerg. It's so frustrating. I'm sure every player does. Like, that's just ridiculously good. That's why their radius is getting nerfed, and siege tanks will be coming back. Because siege tanks are actually pretty balanced, in my opinion. They're pretty good fun as well. They're more fun to see. I think they take more skill than Widow Mines. So, in now come the Mutalisks. Unfortunately, not in a good trade against 2-2 Marines. Even with that +1 attack, 2-2 Marines are going to shred through them. One of the big things about upgraded Marines is just the... Actually, against Mutalisks, specifically against Zerg, 3-3 Marines are always seen as being scary because they take a lot of reduced damage from Mutalisks unless the upgrades were kept equal, which is very unlikely. They'll always usually be one behind. But more importantly, there's very rarely upgraded armor for Mutas, and that means the Marine DPS with +3 just goes through the roof against no armor upgrades for Mutas. Fourth base is up and running here for Lucoda. We've also got, of course, Widow Mines scattered about, but this one is deactivated. The Marines trying to get spread, but Banelings are rolling their way forward. One Widow Mine does get taken out there, and all of these Marines now destroyed, but a push coming in towards the fourth base. Sorry, that was the fifth. The fourth is already up as well. So there's a double expansion from Lucoda, and the hatchery taking quite a bit of fire. Zerglings are coming in. This hatchery should go down, will go down. Widow Mine gets hit. Mutalisk, of course, Going to try and chase down these medevacs as quickly as they can. One gets taken out, instantly killed. And yeah, with that medevac going down, maybe another one too. That's quite a lot of damage done. We can see Lucoda though is still losing slightly more resources. Ejin, he's doing an okay job of defending against all of these Marines. He's actually doing a really solid job, credit to him. He's also got 3-3 on its way out. That's where the Mulists become a lot of problems or don't become too much of a problem in head-up engagement, because the Marines' DPS against them, as I said, is just through the roof. It's crazy good. That, of course, means you're going to be very happy. Now, you do have the Mulists still trying to find an avenue of attack. If they could get oh, they're going to fly straight over the Marines! Ow, 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 Mulists dying. Could get a couple of SCV kills here though, because of course all the army pulls out. There's actually quite a few SCVs kills getting racked out. Ejin, he's in a bit of a problem because, right, he's down to just 48 SCVs up against 75 drones. Bit of a problem. You do want to have more than that, generally speaking, because if you do, then of course you've got better income. Mules will help. Mules help a lot. The sheer fact that the mineral count is pretty similar is good, but it's the gas income that's really low. But when you are playing this marine heavy style, gas isn't really that important. Why you can afford to have a very low SCV count is because the mules give you all the minerals you need, and you don't provide gas really in this competition. The only gas is in medevacs, mines, and of course just an upgrade. Drilling claws finally getting upgraded, 22.5 minutes in. That's quite late. Oh, the Mulists, be careful again. So careful, that's good news. 3-3 upgrades now getting started as the Hive's done, as well as adrenal glands. Would like to see Ultras list Cavern though. ASAP, especially the supply block after losing a lot of overlords there, unfortunately. Yeah, the Ultras Cavern would be great. Need to see the overlords getting made as well. They're not being made yet, Lucoda. Please make overlords. Please make all of the overlords. You've got the lava to do it. Make them like the win. You need them so badly. But yeah, in now come all of these Zerglings, all of these Banelings. And Mulists going to try and chase this down, taking out the medevacs. Once the medevacs are down, of course, with the flank from the back, that means no healing is going to be done. The Widow Mine's not in a great spot, and all of the Marines now, all of the medevacs do get cleaned up. Nice engagement there. Lucoda now no longer supply block and is getting a ton more Mutalisks. Okay, this is a real big commitment to Mutas. He's going to be going up to 30. 30 Mutalisks is generally big in ZvT. Against Protoss, I'd say 30 Mutalisks, pretty normal. If you are going Mutalisk heavy, works well. Against Terra, my concern is Widow Mines. Widow Mines terrify me as a Zerg player, as we know, and, well, Mutalisks can take some bad hits, especially with 3-3 Marines there. Even though the Mutas do have the plus to attack, the Marines will just shred through them. So you've got to be very cautious. Love the fact that the Lucoda's just expanding everywhere. That's good play. He's also got out a couple more overlords now. That's good to see. Widowmine triggered on an overlord. That's generally considered a very nice trade. Because of course the Widowmine doesn't one-shot an overlord. A couple more overlords are getting taken down. Lucoda though, he's got a bit of spare there. Widowmines are getting seen. Overseer's running forward, trying to take them out with a Mulus. But there, one hit went off, and of course a lot of those Mulus all clumped up. Big damage done with the splash. Evolution Chambers, unfortunately, are about to fall. And with the Evolution Chambers falling, Ejin will deny the 3-3 upgrades. Major save, plus 3 carapace with the Banelings rolling in. Should be able to. Widowmine, once again, gets a big hit on the Mutalisks. But Mutalisks do regenerate at 1 health per second. So that means that within 2 minutes, a max 2 minutes, they'll all be at full health again. So that's all good. Marines still moving forward. Lucoda's still trading a little bit cost ineffectively, but his economy is still looking solid. The big thing is, by muling heavily, the natural and main are both out of resources. The third, it does set up some minerals there, but the mule's not getting cooled down for the moment. SCVs are just trying to do a little bit of long distance mining. Mulist chasing them down though, we'll get a couple of kills there. In total, 47 workers have been killed, most of which, or about half were killed by that big Bane pushing for the third, but ooh. Counter aggression coming down now from Ejin. He's going to be trying to come in here, deal some nice damage. The overlords do take a couple of the shots. The mines, though, rather, did go up. Oh, one mine detonation on the Mutalisks, but luckily they're coming in. Banelings, good hit, but unfortunately, a single mine got a great engagement there. The Mutalisks will clean everything up. Remember, the Mutalisks count sitting only at 18. A lot of Mutas have gone down. 9 more are on their way. Lucoda with a lot of gas banked up. Still sitting at 81 drones. Not any risk of getting maxed out because unfortunately supply blocked again. Really, these supply blocks are frustrating, especially when you've got a decent amount of minerals and a great economy. You're sitting on what is 5 bases. You can afford to make sure that you've got a good number of spare overlords. Like, even the ones that are now on the map, just put them somewhere safe. Put them somewhere like here. No one will find an overlord here, and if they do, they're magical. Or, better yet, just stick them right in a corner. Throw them off there. You'll be safe. So yeah, now we just got a lot more lings. Plus 3 melee attack coming down. Plus 3 melee sorry, +1 ground armor is done, and that's because, of course, one evolution chamber is picked off. So a small upgrade lead at the moment for Ejin. Ejin doing good. He's harassing everywhere. But take a look at his vision. He knows about this base, but doesn't know about this one. Unfortunately, Mutalisks coming in for a bit of counter aggression are going to commit and take out that orbital command. It was worth losing a couple of Mutalisks to get that orbital, because suddenly now Ejin only has one mining base down here. He needs to make sure he resecures that up. May even float his main down. He floated his natural before. But yeah, he's going to take out a hatchery at about the 11 o'clock position in exchange. But remember, there's this hatchery coming down. There's the hatchery to the left that is unknown to Ejin. Ejin's got to be careful because, of course, the Banelings are coming rolling forward. The Widow Mines will get some good hits, but the Banelings are still rolling forward. As the Marines get split, the Mutalisks can come forward, but without any ground support, the Mutalisks do have to be a little bit careful. Banelings, though, should be able to finish this off. Medevac gets away. Left-hand base completely safe. Good news. But down through the right, remember this attack path I said right at the beginning could be an important thing. Marines and Medevacs are coming. Marines, Medevacs, and mines are all coming through there. This right-hand base, what would have been the sixth base rather, is getting taken out, and that's going to be very, very problematic. So Marines doing some good damage. The mines are getting taken out. They weren't actually burrowed there, but of course the drilling claws will burrow quickly. Big hit though on the Mutalisks, and this is where the Marines can start dealing an insane amount of damage, but they are all getting cleaned up, and Ejin doesn't have any minerals left. He's trying to float down his main just to get some more income. This third base is taking a lot of damage, and yeah, all in all, the Mutalisks still trying to put on the pressure. The Marine count is really low though, but they are still 3-3 Marines. They can do a lot of damage to these Mutalisks because, well, Marines are 3-3, just have a huge damage DPS output, and without any armor on those additional armor or any carapace upgrades to the Mutalisks, are going to be problems. Someone in Twitch chat did just say that Lucoda tech to ultras quicker. Had the hive up for a while, no Ultralisk cabins still. Ultras are a really good choice. Ultras with infestors and a couple of good fungal growths are good. Generally around the you want to try and get it by 25 minutes at the latest. That's how you engage this really nicely. One fungal growth, 2 Ultras, this is dead. You've won the game. But the Mutas are a fun way to play, and as we can see, the worker count, 61 are being killed. That's pretty nice. This left-hand base as well is a saving grace. If that was down, and this base, which really could have gone down with only 190 health after it's been regenerating for a while, could have been a problem. But Overseer's just come with the party, make sure there's no mines. A couple of supply depots getting taken out. No risk of supply blocking Ejin at the moment, though, because, yeah, well, there's obviously only 90 supply down on the field, but army supply is in Lucoda's favour at the moment. Note the medevac count is currently at 3. 1, and the other 2 are running around dropping. So drop is going to come to this top left base. May well take it out, but the Mutalisks are coming forth once more. Going to kill a couple more SCVs. This drop, I don't believe it's been seen, but the Mutalisks are heading over there. Of course, the damage is now starting to get done. And, well, the Marines dealing some nice damage. We'll prioritise the Queen, but the drones should be able to get away now. With only a small number of Marines here, actually the Mutalisks alone can clean off this drop. And with the medevac going down too, there's no escape. A couple of drones are going to go down. It's really frustrating using these drones. Of course, medevac gets taken out. That means any stim, any healing is really shut down quite nicely. And yeah, drones can come back. They can go and heal back. Then go back to mining. All pretty good. But yeah, worker count only at 45 to 37. Lucoda, while he is ahead, does still need to be a little bit more careful. Oh, a couple of Widowmine hits did go down there. Where's the Overseer? Or where isn't the Overseer? But Ejin, he left the game. I'm trying to look if there's a particular reason why he left the game there. He still had money. He did still have money. I don't think there's anything here that was about to kill him, to be honest. Unless I'm mistaken. Nope. I don't think there's anything there. I'm not quite sure why he left the game. But Lucoda was in a good spot. He had a bank, a lot of gas. But Lucoda definitely could have looked at teching up a little bit faster to ultras, quite a lot faster actually, because then with a couple of good fungal growths would have been able to defend it and really win that game quite convincingly. So thank you all for watching. If you are of course on YouTube, like the video, leave a cool comment and subscribe. If you're on Twitch, I'll be back in a sec.